Hey guys, Pro1701 here, and today we are going to talk about Doctor Who animations. And my question is should Doctor Who stories that are only half missing be completely animated? And I'm mainly looking at the Underwater Menace and the Crusade. My take on this is they do not need to be completely animated. I personally think only the missing episodes should be animated. So I think in Underwater Menace's case, they should just animate episodes 1 and 4, as those are the only ones missing. In the Crusade's case, episodes 2 and 4, as those are the only ones missing. Because I feel like it's a waste of money and resources to animate the whole serial when half of the serial still exists. Doesn't make sense to me. Now, I get some of the arguments people would make. They want it to be, they want continuity. They want a uniform viewing experience, because for some reason the BBC thinks Americans can't handle live action jumping to animation. As an American, we're fine, BBC. We can handle switching back and forth between animation and live action. It's okay. I have been elected by everyone to let you know it's okay. We can handle it. And the fact I don't really think they need to be in color. I'm perfectly fine with them being in black. The episodes being in black and white. I still don't understand why they colorized the episode 3 of Web of Fear. Doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like that was a waste of money unless they're future-proofing against maybe perhaps colorizing the 60s stories at a later date, which I personally don't think they need, but maybe they're doing that. I would rather them take the money that they would use to animate, say, all 4 episodes of Web of Fear, and do it with something else. Put some of that money towards Dalek's Master Plan's animation when it comes around. So just do Underwater. Let's look at Underwater Menace first. Let's do it by story. Underwater Menace is not exactly one of those stories that fans are jumping at the bit for. I mean, we want it completed, but we're not exactly, it's not exactly top tier Doctor Who. It's probably the Troughton story I'm the least interested in. So it doesn't have to be the spectacular, expensive production. This is that story you can give to Gary Russell and Big Finish Creative, because it doesn't have to be perfect. You can give it Fury from the Deep animation, and I'll be fine. It's not one people are expecting to move the world. So what I think you do is you animate episodes 1 and 4 in black and white, and then you take the money that you could have used to animate episodes 2 and 3, because they don't need to be animated, they exist, and you take the money you could have spent doing the episodes in color, and you move that towards something else, like Dalek's Master Plan. You put that way, it'll have a little extra budget perhaps you can work with, and then you just release Underwater Menace with episodes 1 and 4 animated in black and white, much like the Moon Base, which works. I love the Moon Base's animation. It is phenomenal. I have no problems jumping back and forth, because it does alternate. Episode 1 is animated, 2 is live action, 3 is animated, 4 is live action. I have no problems with that. The way the animation is done in the Moon Base makes it very easy to jump between them. And I love the Moon Base. It's one of my favorite Cyberman stories, if not my favorite Cyberman story, one of my favorite Troughton stories. And I have no trouble with having that kind of same thing with Underwater Menace, an episode of animation, 2 of live action, 1 of animation, in black and white, 4, 3. I'm fine. Now, perhaps a little more money is needed for the Crusade, because the Crusade is held in a higher esteem. I still don't think you need to animate the existing episodes, though. Animate episodes 2 through 4 in black and white, because again, we don't need to be jumping back and forth between live action black and white and animated color. Doesn't make sense. And again, unless they're just future-proofing towards perhaps colorizing 60s Doctor Who one day, which again I think is unnecessary. I think you just animate episodes 2 and 4 of Crusade. Perhaps a little more budget into it. Crusade is more of a higher class story, I think. There's a lot going on in it, and hopefully by the time they animate it, technology will come a little further. Maybe it'll be a little cheaper to do. And I do think you polish it a little bit more. You give it to someone who's really going to put in the work. And then you have season 2 complete, which is really nice. So I do. Any Doctor Who story that is 50% complete, I personally don't think needs to be completely animated. I think as Doctor Who fans, most of the people who will be buying these animations are not necessarily the casual viewer, and we are perfectly fine jumping back and forth between the surviving episodes and the animated episodes. We do not need the surviving episodes animated just to give us a continuous experience in that case. Now, if it's a story, like Faceless Ones, I understand why they animated all of it, because it was only a third complete. Dalek's Master Plan, for example, when it gets animated, I'm sure they'll animate the whole thing because only a fourth of it exists. 3 out of the 12 episodes exist. I understand them animating that, for continuity. I get that for a continuous viewing experience. But for a story that is half in existence, it seems unnecessary. I think you just animate what's missing, much like with the moon base, because I don't think the casual fans who would have trouble switching back and forth between the live action and the animation are going to be the ones buying the Underwater Menace Special Edition or the Crusade. I don't think they're going to be the ones getting them. I think it is going to be us, kind of more diehard Classic Who fans who do tend to buy the animations. And I think most of us are perfectly fine with just the missing episodes being animated personally. So that's my thoughts on it. If a story is only 50% missing, I think you only animate the 50% that is missing. And I think you just do it in black and white 4:3. I think that's all they need. You take the money you could have spent on doing the rest of that and you put it towards something else like Dalek's Master Plan. That is my thoughts. I'd like to know what you think down in the comments below. And so let me know. I always enjoy interacting with you guys. Other things to do: click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications. I also have a Patreon if you would like to contribute to what I do, if you want to support my videos. Check that out. There is a link to that down in the description below if you have a minute to look at it. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.